7 or the whatever the Airbus model was.
Point being is these are very strong structures with the core, and then they also have a steel frame as well.
They do, yeah.
So there's a lot of redundancy.
There is a lot of redundancy. I agree.
Plane hits, towers go down. It's like, okay, now you could say, oh, well, it was very hot, fire was burning for a long time, all this. But then it's like, okay, well, here's the tower. It wasn't even hit by a plane. It was just next to the buildings that were hit by the planes, and that one came down.
Why? Okay, let's say it was a controlled demolition. Mm-hmm. Why would they wait 7 hours later to bring it down?
I don't know. I don't know why they would do that.
Why can't we hear any explosions from Tower 7?
I don't know that we can't hear any explosions.
We can't. It would have been in here. They would have included it in the video.
But that's not evidence to say, like, well, if there was...
Why was there no explosive residue found in Tower 7? Why was there no reports of people going in and out?
Who would
Everybody. Anybody in the world could have walked around any of these areas.
That's just not true. That's just not true.
It is true, because there was that one report that was submitted to an open journal that was never verified by anybody else, where they said they found a little bit of thermite on the collapse of the North Tower or whatever. Mm-hmm. So obviously people are getting residue somehow, but I imagine anybody could have walked by and picked up some shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm
going to be honest. I'm a big believer of the official story now. Before I was like, damn, I don't know. But now after looking at everything, I'm like, damn, the official story holds up pretty well.
Though, I think it goes back to what we talked about a few months ago, which is you have a different ideological disposition about this stuff. I think that it's not... I know you just went through the video,
go ahead,
but
yeah.
You even said you went into the video with like the intention of like debunking it. Like, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to debunk everything. And you're going to say, well, I'm going to fact check it. I'm going to check everything out. And I understand what you mean by that. But I think that there's like, on a fundamental level, like, you have an ideological assumption about conspiracies. And I think that's the real difference.
Totally. Hold on. Yeah, First of all, we both have differences at an ideological level.
That's true.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But the important thing is, how do we arrive at what we believe to be true?
Right.
I'm willing to look, and I did. I looked through this whole fucking video. I had a fan that actually emailed one of the engineers, and he responded, shitting on this documentary.
The engineer?
Yes. The guy that... the guy that talks about how as the towers are falling, there's only one way or whatever. Hold on. What's this guy's name? Oh, David Chandler. And it's really funny because he actually did work, because he's apparently another 9/11 truther. He actually did work disproving the frame difference in how the Pentagon cameras lined up. Because in this documentary, they make the argument that they edited out a frame. But they didn't edit out a frame. These things are shooting 1 frame per second. Of course, you can miss something from one camera to another. Mm-hmm. And he actually has a truck in the background where he does the math to prove that, they were just misaligned a bit. You don't need it wasn't edited. But
anyways, you're saying about where our...
I'm looking for truth. If you were to, let's say we take a highly complicated event, which 9/11 was, regardless of how it happened, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to be able to find a lot of things that look weird, or like, that's pretty strange. We can find that even in like one-off events. That like, oh my God, like if I would have left 2 seconds later from my house, I would have gotten a car accident, right? Things like that happen. But the thing is, I don't have an alternate story to attack, because you can poke holes in mine and try to ask questions. But if you were to lay out your story, we would make like a 50-hour video, because the story that is being ran in this is that. So in the towers, you hear like a. I think that's totally fair, and they're incentive. Or let's go out, unless it's like can't we do it as like true? Totally. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I watched it, I thought, maybe 93 was shot down. I could buy that.
Yeah.
But after watching this, I'm like, damn, I think 93 actually happened exactly as the official story says.
Why was it not convincing?
One, I didn't know there were so many people in the area that would have heard F-16s or taken video of stuff coming through. Mm-hmm. And two, this documentary that tries to make the argument that it was shot down, all they cite is some weird white plane.
What white plane? I haven't seen this in a million years. What white plane?
I don't know. They just say there's a... Now, the official story is that there was a white plane flying through that was a private jet, and the towers radioed them to go and fly by the 93 crash site to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. But they say that might have been a military plane that went by to shoot it down.
Wow.
Why the f*** would we fly mysterious white planes to shoot it down? Why wouldn't we just scramble F-16s?
I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen this one in a million years.
Oh, yeah? Do you remember any of the arguments from you?
I remember the NORAD... that it was like there was a drill or something or whatever that day, and I remember the plumes of smoke. What do they call that shot out from the building when the charges were detated? The maintenance on the elevator shaft, the explosion in the lobby.
Yeah, so I'm curious. So now I've read, I've gone through all of this now. Now I've gone through all of it. So the smoke shooting out the side, why couldn't that have just been from pressures or explosions that happen inside the building as it's collapsing, or as like the molten like aluminium is going down the tower? Is that not possible?
I don't know. I'm not an engineer.
Okay, then the second question is, we can go and look up videos of like buildings being asked against like bad publicity or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that conspiracies are impossible. Your story, we would make like a 50-hour video, because the story that is being ran in this is that